Hi guys, this is Oral Sad, and today I'm gonna be doing a team report about the whimsical team that I made with using the beat up here. Um, so yeah, I made a team before, and this is more like a refined one, and I'm pretty confident that this team is very very well made. I mean there are weakness few here and there, but no team is perfect, and I do think this team did a great job. And my experience playing with this team is very enjoyable. I find it very fun to play around with this team. So basically it's the same thing, just do the beat up with the Lucario, and usually this is the opening that I have 90% of the time. I'm gonna be using this, and then for the other time I may be using this Torkoal and Lilligant set. I think everyone knows this. Basically, Lilligant will get chlorophyll from the Torkoal, and then uses the after you. So that's pretty much it. Or sometimes when I see Trick Room teams, I usually lead with Whimsicott and Tapulele. But usually, I lead with Whimsicott and Lucario. So this is more like a in-depth look into this team. So basically, what this team does is basically hyper offensive team that can punch through holes on any kind of team. Like this beat up is so crazy that you can just use the all out pummeling and then kill Pokemon like Tapu Fini even though it's resisted. And it's like one of the most defensive Pokemon in the metagame right now. And it's just going to kill that in a one hit using the Z move of Lucario. Even though if it is resisted. So basically that kind of stuff. And what's so flexible about this thing that usually when I meet fake out users like Persian the latent evolution, I forgot, the fire dark type that uses fake out, that Pokemon too can go and straight up fake out if I lead with Whimsicott Lucario. So usually what I do is helping hand with this because the priority is even higher than protect. Basically helping hand will come out first before everyone's protect comes out because of that, thanks to Prankster. And you can do helping hand before they can flinch you with a fake out. And then basically I'm just gonna use the Fighting G, use the all out pummeling on the other slot, other Pokemon that didn't use the fake out, and then basically try to KO them. And most likely with the help of helping hand and the Z move, I think it will most likely KO anything unless it's not resisted. So that's with the way I deal with it. For the trick rooms, I have absolutely no trouble with the trick room. For first, I only use Tapulele's taunt here. It's kind of counter to trick room teams, but I only use it when I think that Whimsicott and Lucario open is not going to work or something. He did with the Mimikyu. Mimikyu is definitely a troublesome because Lucario, even with that plus 4, cannot KO because of that because of the the disguise. And basically what Whimsicott and Tapulele do is not use taunt because Mimikyu will almost always carry a Mental Herb if it's a trick room. So basically what Whimsicott will do is use the beat up and then break the disguise and then damage it 3 more times. And just in case that Mimikyu has a focus sash, it's going to get destroyed. And then Tapulele with that life orb and psychic, we're just going to kill that Mimikyu right off the bat. And it's really easy like that. It's going to KO that Pokemon. Mimikyu is not tough if you focus fire on it, especially if you do the thing that I did with Tapulele and Whimsicott. So that's one way to deal with it. For Porygon 2 has no way to do anything against Lucario with the Whimsicott lead. Basically, when I face Porygon 2, they will most likely never going to use Trick Room because they're going to expect a Whimsicott to do taunt or something, and they will never going to use Trick Room unless they're they're really bold on using a trick room when they see Whimsicott on the lead. So most likely they won't. So basically what I will do, just ignore Porygon 2, use beat up and KO the other partner. And then proceed to use the Brick Break to KO the Porygon 2 next. And then, or just completely ignore Porygon 2 and just anchor Porygon 2. And then Lucario will just proceed to KO the other side of the Pokemon, while Porygon 2 will try to Ice Beam or Thunderbolt, whatever, either Whimsicott or Lucario. Basically, that's what it is. And then the Torkoal Lilligant, I think is very obvious. I chose Specs for the Torkoal because it can KO frail Pokemon, especially with the Lilligant Chlorophyll after you. We're going to outspeed a lot of stuff, and then basically use Torkoal to punch a very big hole, because this team is not defensive oriented. It's not about protecting your team. It's basically how to deal as much damage as possible. Oh, what the hell is this? Earth Power. No, that's not Sludge. Flash Bomb, okay. So basically, it is to just punch hole hard enough. And basically you might see Lilligant is like HP Fire. Yes, it kind of works in the sun, but it's mostly for Kartana, because under the sun Lilligant can outspeed and threaten Kartana with the HP Fire. Now because it has HP Fire, it cannot carry HP Ice, and that's why I'm carrying Torkoal with HP Ice. It's kind of stupid, but after you HP Ice can kill, especially with Choice Specs, can kill Garchomp. And that's pretty much it. And then I have a Gracium Z because I want to deal as much as damage as possible, especially when you outspeed Pokemon like Tapu Koko. I want Tapu Koko to die in the one hit, basically like that. And then I have Helping Hand because I don't want I don't want this team, like here Lucario. I don't want this Pokemon to, oh my god, I don't want the Pokemon to be extremely reliant on a single strategy. That's why I made Lucario work like standalone for most of the time. So even without the beat up, Lucario can still punch a hole without fighting Yumzi, and even without the punching, you have like close combat and then you have Poison Jump, and I think these two moves alone can really do a good amount of damage. That thing alone. So basically like that. Then you might see Arcanine also has Justified instead of Intimidate. Like, remember what I said, this team is not about playing defensively. It's about playing as offensive as possible. Yes, it may be reliant on a Tailwind here, but if it doesn't need to get Tailwind, it's going to destroy teams. And basically, Arcanine is my biggest counter to the one of the biggest threat I have, is those a lot of Marowak. Like, no matter what I do, I cannot deal with a lot of Marowak besides Tapu Lele. So I needed some Pokemon that can KO Marowak, and yeah, that's Arcanine here. And with the beat up +4, then use Crunch, is going to 100% the game KO Marowak. And I originally had Extreme Speed here, but because I have Tapu Lele, it kind of hindered Arcanine's offensive capability. So I changed the move here with the Crunch so that I can hit a lot of Marowak. And that's pretty much it with here. So you might see, like here, I don't want Lilligant to be useless outside. I want Lilligant to be just as useful even without the sun, even without the other Pokemon here. And because you have Gracium Z, Lilligant has like 110 special attack that is same as Salamence, and you can pretty much deal about the same damage with that Gracium Z in the Leaf Storm, like 195 base power, and basically nuke on the other side of the field. And you might be feeling strange, like why my max HP when I have Chlorophyll. That's exactly it. Like you already have a base 90, and then you're doubling it like with the Chlorophyll, and you really don't need any more speed than that. I want Lilligant to survive and then help the teammate with helping hand, or like after you. Uh, I've seen Pokemon like Dragon Dance Gyarados, and then Under the Sun. Then I had like a Lilligant and then Arcanine. I just used after you, and then Arcanine just wild charge KO. So that's a lot of combo like that. And even if I didn't lead with the Whimsicott Lucario lead, and I can just use, like, let's say there's like Under the Sun, there's like Tapu Koko. I can just after you on the Tapu Lele, and then Tapu Lele will just psychic and then kill Tapu Koko. Basically, that's the kind of combos that I have here. And yeah, pretty much it. Uh, I'm gonna be really honest here. Like, Whimsicott kind of glued the team together. Like, without Whimsicott, I cannot imagine how this team will work, because there's like two Pokemon kind of reliant. But even though it's kind of reliant, I want all of the Pokemon to be as function individually, even without support from the other Pokemon. Like Torkoal, like choice specs, we just, even if you don't have after, you can just hit wave and still deal a good amount of damage. Tapu Lele definitely outspeed, basically outspeed and kill so many stuff with that. So that's pretty much it. I had a lot of fun with this team. It's kind of hilarious when I set up with Lucario. Then Lucario just proceed to sweep the other teams while Whimsicott supporting Lucario. Another thing that you might be noticing, like helping hand here, at +4 or at +4 like ×3 attack, helping hand actually does more than increasing with another beat up to get it to +6, which is ×4. Because when a ×3, which is at +4, when you use the helping hand times 1.5, it actually becomes 4.5 times the original attack compared to beat up, which will increase it to +6, which is the ×4, is 0.5 higher. So basically, if I really need to punch a hole in a Pokemon, then I'll just gonna helping hand Lucario with +4, because in the end, with the helping hand, you will still do significantly lot more damage with the helping hand than using a beat up after +4. So yeah, that's interesting to know. And I think that's pretty much it with the team. Thank you for watching. This was a team report about the beat up team that I made, and I'm gonna be honest, I had a lot of fun playing with this team, like so much. Thank you for watching.